here comes the bell. As we join in spending this time together, attending to what's happening in the body and in the mind, and allowing ourselves to be in the present moment as much as possible. And that gives us the opportunity to notice when the mind is wandering, when the body brings us to certain attention to sensations arising, what happens with our emotional states. There are many places to let our awareness, our mindfulness rest. And so we choose whatever way you like to start your meditation, or focus on something fairly common that's easy and stays with us, and that could be the breath or a touch point as an anchor that we can return to. Because we want to let ourselves be at ease. Letting the body relax in this seated place we're in, noticing gravity holding us in the chair, noticing the feet on the ground. We might notice a different touch point. It might be what the eyelids feel like where they're touching, or the lips where they touch, or the hands or forearms where they might be lying against something. These are just an anchor to help us come into the present moment. The meditation isn't all about our breath, but the breath is something that's easy to use because it's constantly there, and we can notice it at the nostrils, or we can notice it at the chest rising and falling, or we can notice it in the belly. Sayadaw U Pandita and the Sayadaw in his lineage, suggested noticing breathing in the belly because it keeps us able to feel grosser sensations that arise, like the expanding of the diaphragm and then the relaxing of the diaphragm. And so it tends to catch our mind more readily sometimes than the breath at the nostrils, which can often have us disappear into some place that we're not aware, and then we can come back. But whatever works for you. You might even want to stand during the meditation or lay down if it seems necessary, as long as you feel that you can bring up the energy that's needed to stay aware. And that's why we have these various points to refer to, because we can always come back to it when we find ourselves wandering. And for a while, we can let that breath fill the rib cage or diaphragm. Bring our attention to that very moment, that it changes from the inhale to the exhale. We might even notice the space in between. the inhale and the exhale. That place where there's less movement. And we hold ourselves in gentleness, in kindness, to encourage ourselves to be present, relaxed, at ease, and still alert to what's happening in the present moment. In the case of the beginning, we're attending to the breath or a touch point. And later on in the practice, you might open up your awareness to the breath in the entire body, the breathing of the body. And also the attention might go to what's happening in the body, sensations that arise, so that our awareness can be with those sensations, just as the pure sensation, like tingling, warmth, coolness, stabbing, pleasant sensations. We're just letting mindful awareness be able to be with what is, be with what's arising. We can return to our anchor. We can also pay attention to changing moments, attention on changing objects. So with our eyes gently closed, or maybe if there's sleepiness happening, you might want to open your eyes a little and let light come in. breaths be gentle without influencing them in any way, just attending to what they are in this moment. Feeling the weight of the body, noticing where the body meets the ground, and letting it be supported. And being aware of our heart area. If there is tension, we let it be known. And if there is softness, we know it as well. This is my experience right now. Letting the heart rest exactly as it is. We want to sit in a way that our body feels supported. No need to be rigid. We can just let our posture be both upright and soft. In our attention to the breath, we let the breath find us, just as it is. No need to change it or improve it. We're just receiving. Letting the heart-mind rest in the gentle rhythm of breathing. And when we bring our attention to the body, if we notice that it's holding tension, we might just silently say something like, "It's okay." You can soften. And if the heart is holding something, a concern or a story or a hope or a fear, we might say, "You don't have to solve this right now." Feeling the ground supporting us, feeling the breath nurturing us, letting ourselves belong to this moment gently. Maybe there's pain and tightness, dukkha, or confusion. We can just note that this too belongs. The breath continues to come and go, patient and rhythmic and unhurried, as we're noticing its impermanent nature of arising and passing. There might be moments when we feel the heart softening and then tightening again. It's a practice. It's not a mistake. It's a practice. And the heart mind can learn to soften in waves. being at ease with the way things are, attentive, interested, seeing the arising and passing of each moment that we're aware of. Impermanence. We have plenty of ways of seeing it. But the breath is usually the simplest. As we train our hearts and minds to be attentive to this moment, softening and being held and allowing things to be as they are, we might notice what's happening at any of the other sense doors as well. Letting it be just sound. Sound is being known when it comes to the ears. Or that touch point of tingling, warmth, coolness, without having our perception identify something. The purity comes directly to the sense door without putting a label on it. We have awareness in seeing what is here. As it has been said many times, it's simple but not easy. It's the willingness to turn toward experience without immediately trying to fix it or interpret it. Like tightnesses in the chest, or the mind is replaying that conversation again, or sadness is here today, or disinterest is here today. But awareness doesn't say that it should not be happening, or that you need to figure it out, or that you're failing. Awareness just sees clearly. It's a moment, or sometimes it's just a second, when we recognize that this is suffering, not as a condemnation, just as a simple truth. Sometimes when we see our suffering, we think we should be over this, or not still affected by something, or other people handle things better. This is where kindness comes in. not as sentimentality or not as being nice, but kindness is an inner disarmament. It's the willingness to stop attacking yourself. We can actually say things like, this hurts, no wonder I'm reacting, or this is hard. May I be gentle with myself? It's that subtle shift from struggling to care. Thich Nhat Hanh says, when suffering is recognized and held in kindness, it begins to transform. We don't make whatever suffering arises in our heart and mind. We don't try to make it disappear. We just stop being at war with ourselves. And that changes everything when we can hold ourselves in kindness. So we may begin to notice what habits of the mind return again and again. And that mindfulness develops this ground of trust and acceptance that enables us to open up to whatever our inner and outer life might bring. And over time, it can include a great deal of self-knowledge and a kind of trustful openness or non-resistance, a letting go. And in letting go, we're not pushing away, really, but we're softening, we're unclenching our nature to be so focused. It's what naturally happens when the heart no longer feels threatened. And that's where kindness is so important, that letting go is not a decision, it's an ease that follows kindness. It might happen slowly, only 1 millimeter at a time, but it happens in its own time. So we continue letting go, not by force. We let go by loving what is here enough to stop tightening around it. These might be small moments, but it's said that the moment, each moment, is the entire path. The natural settling of the mind. When it's not pushed or pulled by craving. The mind can rest in one place long enough for joy and ease to become the natural atmosphere. And how does the mind settle? We stay with one simple object, like the breath or the body sitting, or a phrase like here, bringing us back to the present, and something can begin to shift. At first, the mind wanders, and we return gently, again and again. Gradually, the body becomes more comfortable. The breath softens. Thoughts quiet. And the heart becomes less defensive. In one of the suttas, it said, secluded from sensual craving, one dwells with joy, which is piti, and ease, which is sukha, born of collectedness. So may we let ourselves relax and stop gripping so tightly inside. So that we can really recognize when sukha, when joy arises. Shifting the tone of our attention. These micro moments of non-resistance. One of the quotes from Achan Sumedo that I like is, "Peace is not something far away. Peace is the space when we stop interfering. Peace is not something far away. Peace is the space when we stop interfering." So every 30 seconds of ease matters. The nervous system remembers. The mind becomes less startled by the world. This gradual path, this tender path, this human path, the soft heart suffers less. And as we let that softness of our hearts arise more and be more at ease, softening, the heart can feel more vulnerable, but it's resilient. May we let this sense of ease and resilience include all beings. May we have a capacity to stay open without breaking. May we let this sense of ease flow to all beings, that they may live with ease, be free from suffering, and have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings find ease. May we stay present and kind. Anicca vata sankhara upadavaya domino upakitawa meruchanti te samvapasamo sukho. All conditioned things are subject to impermanence. They arise and pass away. And seeing this clearly with mindfulness brings the greatest happiness, which is peace. Thank you for your practice. May it bring you joy, and may you know that there is great happiness being spread, that the merit of our practice benefits all beings. Thank you.